Hi, Ginger. This is Jane Williams with Elevation Worship.
Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you? Hi, how are you doing?
Good, doing well.
I'm excited to have you on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm excited too.
Well, I'm excited about the Outcry Tour. It's coming to Detroit on April the 18th, so we're
Yes.
getting ready for that. It's so cool having several favorite worship people all together, Elevation and Bethel Music, and also Vertical Worship and Kristen Kane. There's kind of a smorgasbord of worship people going on.
I know. It's going to be such a great time. We can't wait.
And you guys have an amazing new single. But first, for people who may or may not know who Elevation Worship is, it's you guys are kind of different. You're not a typical standard, touring band. So tell people, what is Elevation Worship?
Right. Well, Elevation Worship is birthed out of Elevation Church. And so we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our pastor is Stephen Furtick. And yeah, we're just kind of along, along for the ride. God has been doing some incredible things in our church. And so the songs that we write and get to steward on and off platform are really just birthed out of what God is doing in our church. All of us are, local worship leaders at our campuses. There's about 17 campuses that span from a lot of around just immediate Charlotte area, but also like GTA, Greater Toronto area, and Melbourne, Florida. So it's super fun. It's incredible to be a part of, for sure.
And and it's got to be amazing being under a pastor like Stephen Furtick. Like I have got several like nuggets of wisdom that I've said to other people that's where I heard it.
Oh, for sure. Me too. I feel like I'm always stealing his stuff.
Well, it's not really stealing. If the Lord gave it to him, then He gave it to all of us. That's how I look at
That's
it.
right. Truth is truth. That's right. All truth is God's truth.
Exactly. Um,
That's right.
and he shared it with us. We're just sharing it with other people. He should be flattered. Uh,
Right.
but you have a new single that we've been playing called "Do It Again."
Yeah.
And what led to this song when you got this song together?
And this was really birthed out of really the faithfulness of God. I know that just listening to the song and listening to the lyrics, it's hard to miss that theme. But it really is. I remember when our team was writing that song, uh, really just our hearts like couldn't escape this fact that God has just been with us every single step of the way, through the good, through the bad. His faithfulness does not change. And to try to put words and melodies to that promise, and how we've seen him just come through time and time again for the church, for our church, for us individually, to try to put it into words, how that we all have mountains that we need moving.
Right.
And I know that we all can say, and we'll all walk through those times, that if it had not been for God, where would we be? So this is really just a declaration, a proclamation that He is with us, that He'll never ever leave us, that His faithfulness is greater than anything that we're facing, and His faithfulness is what turns even the darkest trial into the greater good. So this meant a lot to our church. Just singing it as an anthem for it feels like years now, honestly. Because a lot of the songs kind of get tossed around our campuses and led on the weekends for a while, and that's kind of in a way kind of a test tube before we actually like throw it on the album and kind of share it with the global church. So it means a lot to our church, just such a foundational time for us. So
I was looking at something very interesting. I saw you guys are like number 7 on Spotify for most listen Christian music, and I look under you and there's like Lecrae and Mercy Me and 10th Avenue North. I mean, like it's mind blowing that you know because sometimes worship can be something that you know some believers, yeah, I'm totally into that kind of music, or no, I like to only listen to that on when I go to church, and I want to listen to other types of music in my radio. But so for you guys to get that high on Spotify is amazing. That means that people are really wanting to tune into worship, and they're actually, I mean, you kind of can't listen to your songs and not worship. I mean, it pulls you in. So I think that's incredible. I love your acoustic version. I think for some reason that one hits me harder, like
Mm,
maybe because it's stripped down and it's just so much more about just the words,
right, right,
but
yeah,
then there's those times where you want the swelling of the music behind it,
yeah.
I mean, they're both awesome. Did I see Torrin Wells in a picture recently?
Yes, yes, he's been with us, which has been so much fun. We're actually gearing up for this Inside Elevation couple days that we do. This is, I think, now. Oh man, this is bad that I forget how many. I think this is our fourth or fifth time that we've done it. Where really we just have kind of opened the door to other churches and worship leaders that want to just come and get an inside look into what we're doing here.
Uh-huh.
And so not just worship, but everywhere, like campus leadership and design and creative and the whole nine. And just a couple days. So it actually starts tomorrow. So Torin and Lorna have been coming to Inside Elevation, I think even the first one, like years ago. And we had no idea. Like he was just sitting in the back of Valentine, like posting about it on social media. And then all of a sudden we were like, what? This is Torin Wells is coming to learn from us? Like, this is crazy.
That's
So
awesome.
we've been establishing a relationship with him and his wife, and they are wonderful. Like, could not say enough good about them and how much God has just really blessed him and his music. And just, it seems like every single thing he puts his hands to is blessed. So it's cool to have him kind of apart and kind of hanging out.
I have a question. Is he as high energy like on when you're like chilling, or is he like not quite so hyper as he can get on stage?
He is so chill.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he's very
He
relaxed,
must
and I
use
mean,
it all
definitely
up on stage when he gets going.
right, right. He's got some dance moves for sure.
He is.
But
He's
no,
got some cool dancing.
right, right. He's awesome. Really fun to hang out with.
Okay, so who's missing from, so you've got some incredible people you've collaborated with. Who's who's somebody or a couple of people that you're like, man, would love to get this guy on stage or this girl on stage with us? Who's kind of in your hope bank for collaborating with on a song or on an album?
Oh gosh, man, that's such a great question. Immediately my mind goes to um, just kind of some of the opportunities that we've recently had as a team to work with different artists that have just really, like, honestly, kind of feel like we're still kind of on a high with some of those opportunities. Like we released our Evidence album,
Yes.
and which is a bunch of just songs that we redid with different artists, and but released it early February on a weekend where we kind of had not kind of we did have Tasha Cobbs Leonard come in, and Travis Green, and Torin was there for this one as well, and Israel came in, and it was just like heaven. I mean, it was the whole time you're just pinching yourself like, this cannot be real right now, that these all of us are just kind of collaborating and singing the same songs in a different way. And so that immediately just kind of blew us away. That opportunity just kind of pops into my mind as one that just really is like, our team is, I think, still kind of riding the high on. And again, getting to know Torin a little bit more has been really fun. But I mean, it's been cool to get to tour with, specifically, actually, even on Outcry is where a lot of the opportunities arise where we can kind of connect with other artists that are doing the same thing. This will be the first time that we get to tour with Bethel, and we've sent kind of a team out there recently to kind of learn from them a little bit here and there with their songwriting process. But we're so excited about getting to kind of know them more on a deeper level. We've been out with Jesus Culture, got to know them. Been out with Hillsong. They're always just incredible. Yeah, I think it's just an opportunity at a time that kind of presents itself. It's kind of surreal to be, I don't know, just looking past it, even just what's happened this year, and just kind of blown away at like, man, this is real. This is awesome.
Well, I have a couple of suggestions. One would be Carrie Job.
Oh yes,
Like,
absolutely.
that's an absolute go-to for me when it comes to worship.
Oh yeah.
I selfishly, I grew up with Bart with Mercy Me. You could throw those guys in when they want to calm down, they do really good worship.
What a good crew. We
Yeah.
don't know them super well, but seeing them specifically at the Dove Awards and just how humble they are and relaxed they are, it blew our team away. They are amazing.
They're not very relaxed backstage. It's it's an onstage thing.
Yeah.
Behind stage, they're like little kids.
That's awesome. That's the only way.
Well, and so you guys are going to be out with Vertical Worship, Bethel Music, Kristen Kane. Am I missing anybody?
Mosaic MSC.
Mosaic. Okay, that I knew I was. And everybody can go to outcrytour.com for dates. They'll be here in Detroit on, it's easy to remember, 4/18/18. So,
4/18/18.
Well, I'm so excited to have talked to you today and can't wait to see you guys when you come here and say hi to you and obviously just get to kind of get immersed in worship with all of you guys, because I think together it'll be iron sharpening iron. I think you guys will bounce off of each other, great ideas, and God will just give you wisdom from just being together. If two or more gathered, well, if two or more worship groups are gathered together, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty exciting and just a lot of things to learn from, and a lot of growth that you'll all have as people and as worship groups. So I think it's going to be awesome. And for all of us, it's going to be super awesome. So I'm excited. Thank you again. Loving Do It Again. We're still playing that. Just thank you again for being on our show. And we just can't wait to see you in April.
Absolutely. We can't wait. It's been awesome to talk with you.